Hi, I'm Tim Whitmire with First Integrity Mortgage, and joining me today is Blake Trivundza with Busey Bank. So welcome, Blake.
Thanks, Tim. Appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. So I'm very appreciative that Blake is joining us today. I've gotten to know him pretty well over a few months now. He's a part of my BNI chapter, Rewards Through Referrals, and he is our business banker.
Yep.
So let me ask you this. What got you into the business?
So I started in banking right out of school, coming out of college. I had studied finance at the University of Missouri, so it gave me some perspective as to certain industries that I could then get into using my degree. And after a little bit of banking experience via an internship, I learned that that was something that I enjoyed doing.
Absolutely. That makes sense. And so, and then Busey Bank. So tell me about Busey and what do you do Busey Bank?
So I joined Busey about 2.5 years ago, right out of college. And the biggest driver to wanting to work for Busey was really just the culture. I felt they had a really strong culture throughout the organization. And that was really a big selling point for me.
Yeah, that's huge. That's something that, quite frankly, it's what I love about First Integrity as well, is the culture and the ability to learn from one another and to have those resources available. So I'm glad to hear that you have that at Busey.
Yeah.
So, so of course, in the mortgage industry, there's so many mortgage lenders to choose from, and same thing with mortgage banking. There's a lot of banks. So, as a consumer, what are some of the benefits of working with Busey?
So I think there's a few different things I could talk about here. I think the first is that Busey is a regional sized bank, and so we're in a position where we have the capabilities of some of our larger competitors while also keeping that small local feel within the community. And then on top of that, similar to the mortgage lending world, is really you're working with your lender as well as your bank.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's the ability to really truly know your lender. And I like to say, do you have a bank or do you have a banker? And I think having that tight-knit relationship and being able to just pick up the phone and call them and know that they'll answer and get back to you same day is really a positive.
Yeah, that's incredibly important. And I feel like there's so many parallels between Busey and First Integrity because it's really the same thing. Because, okay, you can choose to work with the big bank, and with the big bank, you're more of a number. And if you call in to talk to someone about your loan, who are you going to get? Are you going to get the same person every single time? In the loan products, maybe they offer all the products, but if you're not able to talk to someone that really truly knows your business inside and out, are you really going to get into the right product? So
Exactly.
Something I like to say is, who cares if you have the best rate if you're not in the best product?
Yep.
Obviously, rate always matters, but just, it speaks to your personalization.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you offer. That's what Busey offers.
Yes. Yeah. I would, echo. I think there are a lot of parallels there. And it does come down to, are you picking up the phone and calling a 1-800 number, or are you calling the person that that you've sat in front of and worked with before, to have that comfort level of knowing that they'll take care of me?
Yeah, I mean, I personally feel that's incredibly important.
Yes.
So, what products, do you work with that does Busey offer? I think you do commercial real estate, but I'll let you answer that question.
So Busey's got a few different business lines that have different services within. I primarily focus on the commercial lending aspect.
Okay.
So helping businesses acquire financing for things such as real estate, working capital, as well as equipment lending.
Okay. So, real estate side of it, do you guys have a sweet spot?
I think it's really dependent upon the situation and the individuals or businesses that we're working with.
Okay.
I don't know that there's an exact sweet spot per se. I think it's just such a case by case and so many variables.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. So who do you find yourself working with mostly? Is there a certain profession that you work with a lot, or like who do you have a target? Who's your ideal customer?
Yeah, I guess I'll take that in two parts. First, in terms of who I work with personally, it's pretty across the board. from, small businesses to mid-size middle market companies, as well as, individual real estate investors as well. So it's very broad. In terms of my ideal client, really, I'm looking to meet with business owners that I can help grow their company, whether that be a working capital line of credit or some new equipment that they're looking to finance or expand into a new building.
Absolutely. Okay. That makes sense. And I'm assuming you're mostly working with local businesses, just local to St. Louis, or what area do you cover?
So Busey, their entire footprint is really all over the state of Illinois, as well as Indiana, Missouri, and then down in Florida as well. So
Okay.
there's quite a large footprint that we're able to work within, primarily focusing within that footprint.
Got it. Got it. So you personally, do you help businesses in all those states, or do you mostly focus in the St. Louis area?
So I mostly focus in the St. Louis area and
Okay.
surrounding, but we do have the capabilities to kind of go all over. I think if, I were to be connected with someone in, say, the Chicagoland area, if I thought it would be better for us to have a local boots on the ground person take that over, I would hand that off.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense. So Busey Bank and Blake, you're going to get your personal service, but you're also going to have the same offerings as many big banks do. So it's kind of like a perfect mix of both worlds.
Mm-hmm.
And that's huge. And you're working with businesses that are looking to grow their business and have a need of some sort, whether it's, like you said, a loan for equipment or a credit line or a commercial real estate to buy your next place. If someone wants to reach out to you, what's the best way for them to contact you?
So I'm happy to be contacted via email, but honestly, if you just want to give me a call on my cell phone, my number is 314-302-6361.
Awesome. So that's perfect. And then if you were like a warm introduction to Blake, I'm happy to do that as well. If you call, text, or email me, I'm happy to make a warm introduction. And I highly recommend that you reach out to Blake. Very personal, very knowledgeable. And you're going to, again, get that personal service that can really go a long ways when you're trying to figure out the best solution for you and your business. So, Blake, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Tim.
Thank you.